Normally you ask people, how are you doing? But sometimes I feel it's quite ridiculous to ask people, what are you doing? लेकिन जब हमने session करा तो मैंने जान के shuffle करा. So people were like very amazed कि how a simple 2 hours could just cheer them up. But I'm doing
basically,
great.
you are Shah Rukh Khan from Dear Zindagi movie.
Yes, that movie definitely create a note in my life. Coming to a small story, मेरी मदर को पिछले साल ब्रेन स्ट्रोक हुआ. एक टाइम पे वॉक नहीं कर पा रहे थे, लोग उठाया करते थे उनको. मैं धीरे धीरे उनके साथ चलना शुरू किया कि आप करो, मैं स्ट्रांग हूँ, मैं चल सकती हूँ. टुडे शी इज वॉकिंग.
Mental health is equally important as physical health. Everybody talks about their physical health, but nobody wants to talk about their mental health. Hello and welcome to the new episode of Be Podcastive. In this episode, we have Dr. Shivani Khetan, a clinical hypnotherapist with us. In this episode, we are going to talk about why is it important to open up sometimes, to ask for help if needed. In this episode, we will be also learning some of the techniques to self-heal yourself and a lot more about inner peace. So let's get started. Hi, Dr. Shivani. Welcome to Be Podcastive. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So before we start talking about the clinical hypnotherapy, first, I would like to know that how you thought to come into that particular industry.
Mm-hmm. So my journey has been, the professional journey that you say has been many hats. So I started as a textile designer. Then I was into textiles for a longer time. And then down the years, I decided I wanted to be into some contemplative practices, and that's what was really pulling me into it. And then I went into alternative medicine, and then I earned my PhD in that. And further than that, I think I wanted to understand why people were doing what they were doing. So expressive art really helped me to understand that. And then I did my training with Fortis Behavioral Department. They used to run a program called Expressive Arts. I think they still do that. And that was where I started doing my doctorate of expressive art science. And I realized how much things could change in transforming things from people to people. So I guess the tapestry of textiles and the mind and the science and the art of how emotional well-being is so important for us in everyday life. That has brought me to where I am today, and I'm working as a clinical hypnotherapist, and that's the best. I think every day I get up with a lot of energy. True. I feel this is not my work. This is something I enjoy. And down the years between my expressive work and the alternative medicine, I realized clinical hypnotherapy was like a puzzle, which was like a bridge between everything I had done. So every day is about, how I can create freedom and empower people around me. And this is the best feeling I get every day.
Okay. So according to you, as you are a clinical hypnotherapist now, so I wanted to understand that what exactly a clinical hypnotherapist is.
So clinical hypnotherapy is all about, where we are trying to work with patients who are coming to us for different reasons. It can be anxiety, it can be sleep apnea, it can be self-esteem issues, it can be confident issues, it can be anything related to that is putting you down in life. Now, when it comes to clinical hypnotherapy, a therapist has its own way of going about depending on the person, what they are lacking in life. So in clinical hypnotherapy, we go through 2 stages. What is hypnosis? And then the clinical hypnotherapy is all about giving you a guided meditation or a text where whatever you are not understanding in your life, which is not working for you, which is like a block in your life, like something like a hypnosis. It happens in everyday life. It happens like when you're driving or when you're watching a movie, that you are so much into it. So now in clinical hypnotherapy, we use that relaxed state of person's mind, and then we give them a feeling of whatever they are lacking. So it's like waking yourself to that excellence that you want in life. For example, if I want to lose my weight and I'm telling myself, okay, from tomorrow, I'm not going to eat all this junk food. So there's a voice in my head says, oh, what are you talking about? You are going to eat that.
You
Don't talk
are.
all this. Okay. So it's that factor, that negative thought factor. That is what we work on when we go into this relaxed state of hypnosis. Like brain has alpha, beta, delta, and theta waves, right? So the hypnosis of delta is the most where people go for meditation and where they go into too much of deep hypnosis. That's where you take these information. Of course, I can eat nutritious food. Of course, I am healthy. I am going to exercise every day. So, all that thing where your negativity was, I can't, but you become your own cheerleader. So, we program you on that thought process in that delta state, and then you are able to do those things that you want to do. So it's
So
like,
it is more of a like psychology kind of thing to understand the
yes,
psychology.
so it's like waking up to your excellence.
Mhm.
Something which was like, it's like your negativity that was putting you down, you have at that moment gone into that delta state and you have programmed yourself to be a cheerleader. So whenever you're like, oh, I don't want to eat the junk food, of course I can keep myself away from junk food. I can keep myself from that donut that I was eating. So consciously first you have to work with your therapist on something, and then on that stage we can go and program your mind to what you want to achieve.
So which one, like, if I'll talk about your first case, so what was that? I'm not asking you to discuss the case,
Of course.
but how you dealt with it, because it was your first in terms, like, let's suppose if we come up with any sort of first case, so definitely it must be very interesting for us, very it gives a lot of experiences to you as well.
True.
So what was that? Do you
So
remember
the first
that?
case I remember is during the COVID times, and there was someone from States, and he was not able to let the other person speak. And when I started working with this gentleman, I was like, will I be able to work with this person, because he hardly lets me speak, So when we worked and we realized why he was speaking so much, because he was coming from a sense of loneliness, he was coming from a sense of sadness, and he thought, if other person will speak, I will end up doing what they're saying. So let me just say what I want to say. So as a result, the communication he was doing with his employees, with other people, it was not giving the fruits that he wanted. So my learning with him was that how restless his mind was, that he did not even let the other person speak, and that used to create a situation in his life. So that case will always be very close to my heart, because in the end that gentleman did say thank you to me, and he said, I can't believe that working with you solved so many things for my life. According to him, he had gone to many places and nothing had helped with him that. But now he's like a great friend. Sometimes he does messages me that, oh, I'll start again with you, and but I'm
So
doing
basically,
great.
you are Shah Rukh Khan from Dears in the Himalaya.
Yes, that movie definitely create a note in my life. When I saw that movie, I was like, this is the kind of work I want to do. This is the kind of approach I like about the work. And that did give me a lot of inspiration in life to see how I wanted to be and where I am. So, yes, a lot of credit goes to that movie. And thank God that movie was made.
So yes, that movie is definitely close to heart of many people, right?
Yes.
So one thing he said in that particular movie, when he was came for a guest lecture kind of thing in a college, right, or in a hotel, I guess, yeah. So he said that जब हमें कोई प्रॉब्लम होती है, लेट्स सपोज अगर हाथ टूटता है या कुछ भी होता है, उस तरीके की कोई भी प्रॉब्लम होती है, फीवर होता है या कुछ भी होता है, तो वी गो टू डॉक्टर, राइट? बट ऐसी कोई भी सिचुएशन आती है जहाँ पे हमें अगर एक साइकोलॉजिस्ट के पास जाना चाहिए या फिर एक क्लिनिकल हिप्नोथेरेपी के लिए हमें जाना चाहिए, तो वहाँ पे हम नहीं जाते हैं. हमें खुद को लगता है कि हम या तो खुद को जज करते हैं
True.
या फिर वी थिंक कि हमें दूसरे जज करेंगे,
Correct.
राइट? तो एक डर होता है जिसकी वजह से हम बोलते नहीं है कि हमें जाना है.
Yes.
डू यू थिंक इन रियल लाइफ ऑल्सो इट हैपेंस?
Oh, well, yes, definitely. You will end up seeing people telling that, my child has a situation, or he can't be in the school because something happened, he has fever, or, he has broken his hand or something, whatever. You will hardly see a parent telling you, my child is depressed, or my child is going through a situation mentally. And, because everything, that emotion is boiled down to me as a parent. So I don't want to tell that, but that situation can be coming from anything. It can be coming from his peer people, the way the children are treating him, or he's being bullied, or it can be anything. But the point here is, I'm not able to accept as a parent that he's mentally also not going down. So physically, we can say easily, we can accept it easily. But when you say emotionally, mentally, I'm not feeling well, or my child is not feeling well, or my wife is disturbed. So it boils down to how bad a husband would be, or how bad a woman is in the life of a man if he's not doing great, or if he had done some suicide or something. So it all boils down to what kind of a woman he is married to, right? So I think a lot of acceptance needs to be there when it comes to mental health. COVID did open a lot of doors to this kind of work and therapy, but I think there's a lot to learn from the West, because I read a lot, and I was coming across a case where I saw a child could not do the homework that it was supposed to do, and a therapist was sitting there with him and asking him, why did he not do the class work that he was supposed to finish? So they were trying to understand, is there something happening at home? Were you disturbed about something? What happened? So, there's a lot of involvement about things why you're not doing when you're doing it in a routine. So I think a lot of acceptance needs to be there in our society to accept, yes, I'm suffering, and it's okay not to be okay, or it's okay to be whatever am I feeling. So how you're feeling is very important. Like,
True.
normally you ask people, how are you doing? But sometimes I feel it's quite ridiculous to ask people, what are you doing? It's like,
Because
how are
even
you
if-
feeling?
Because even if somebody is not feeling good, they will just respond that we're
I'm good. Why? I mean, I'm not saying
True.
that you open yourself to a point where I'm feeling like this, but I'm feeling fine, or I'm not feeling fine, or I'm going through a situation. I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for asking. Very important that during the day, am I asking myself, how am I feeling? In the day, you might be feeling rejected. You might be feeling dejected. You might be feeling someone underplayed you, or you
True.
underplayed yourself. And how that feeling makes you go down. So that acceptance. Or because my mother, father said, you have to be nice to people. You can't say no to them. You have to be like that. All the time you're carrying those beliefs.
So when it comes to saying no,
Yeah.
this is also something which is, I think, correlated to some sort of psychology, right? That people do not want to say no to anybody. So what are the things which you feel that people should say no to, or anything related to that?
Well, I always see it like a could rather than a should, because I think could carries a beautiful energy, and should puts a lot of baggage onto you. So I feel first be self-aware of what you like, because if I am self-aware of what I like, I can see others also. So if I am looking for love, first I have to see, can I give that love to myself? So that's the first could I love myself? Should carries a lot of weightage, even you should be like this, or you could be like that. See, there's so much of flow of energy in could. So I believe, understand yourself first. What is it that you like? Because if you like yourself, I'm automatically going to like you. and I'm going to understand where are you coming from. But if I'm not liking myself, I'm not giving that respect to myself, you are not going to give me that respect, whether you are my child or my spouse or my mother or my colleague. First, I have to treat myself beautifully, then only I can treat others. So it's about choosing the right words, choosing the right um, things that you like. Or sometimes, we have to do things which we don't like. Yeah, sometimes there is a reason we have to do those things. We have to do those things. So choosing the right words for yourself, like, okay, I have to go out with my friends today, but I'm choosing to do this with my family, because that is also good for them, and it's good for me also. It'll be a great thing to do. So the moment you say I'm choosing to do this rather than I should do this, how much energy you have changed in yourself. It's a game changer. So choose your words wisely. People say, oh, I'm a donkey and I'm this, why did I do that? So much of guilt that we are carrying. Shift your energy. Oh, I could have done that. Okay, maybe next time I'll keep that in mind. Why underplay yourself all the
True.
time? So choosing the right words.
When it comes to acceptance, जो आपने कहा कि there are less acceptance right now.
Yes.
Being a clinical hypnotherapist, do you think that you or anybody from your industry is doing any sort of activities to get it more acceptance in the society? Or do you have any sort of activities which you are currently doing?
Yeah. So, well, you have asked me two questions. So one is, I think, I said, first choosing the right things for yourself, understanding what is it that I feel, what is it that I like, and then listening to others. I think that's a great thing. If we can listen to other without telling them in between something that they're trying to say. So when you say what are we doing in my industries, so definitely I think we are trying to support, we are trying to be there, we're trying to have empathy in our work, we're trying to have we try to have a closure with our client every time they go, so that they know that there's someone there supporting them. That's very important, because if there is one person who believes in you, that plays a very big role in your life. Like, I remember when I was growing up, my mother was that support, and she still is that support, uh, who was without any judgments there. Even if I made the mistake, which was like a terrible mistake, she always had a smile. Okay, doesn't matter. We'll do that. In fairy tales, we have heard mothers like that, but I have the privilege to have a mother like that, who never judged me on my actions. And so it's very important that can we see a person without judging their behavior and the person they are. So if we can practice that, because see, something happened, but it was their behavioral situation, not that the person is bad or good. The intention was something. The behavior situation that we see in the people a lot. And how Mudita is contributing is we're doing our Heal Your Life workshops. There are 2-day workshops, there are 1-hour workshops. And how during those Heal Your workshops, we are able to help people release, understand where they're coming from. The self-reflection work is there. Acceptance, how to accept themselves the way they are. Releasing the trauma. It could have happened in the childhood or during the time they have gone through in the past or the near present. So how they can release it, they can forgive, they can release the baggage, they can move on. So there's affirmations are there, the empowerment work is there, the community is created. So you can always go back to that community because that community is supporting you. You make so many friends, you make those, because this work happens in a group. So there is a community that is being created of the people who are actually coming out of that situation. So there's a support system also there. So I believe if you can practice, you can be with your support group, like I said, in your life, in your family, if there is someone who's been supporting you, that will always be a great breather, because that person is seeing you without any judgments, without any apprehensions, what you're doing at the moment. That also creates a lot of sense of belongingness. So through Heal Your Life workshops, we are creating a sense of belongingness and acceptance, which is very much required in today's modern world where you are just doing things socially. You're so much on the social media that you want to put pictures where you're laughing, you're having a party, you're having a blast. You're not putting pictures where you're just sitting or you're feeling gloomy. So there's a picture you're trying to portray. So the acceptance of the person, how are you feeling? And that goes down throughout the day. How are you feeling? Ask yourself 100 times, how am I feeling today?
So when you do the workshops which you just mentioned, so what kind of people do attend that, and what kind of people should attend that?
All kinds of people can attend that workshop.
Mhm.
People who feel that they are blocked, they have a pattern in life and they're not able to release that.
So what exactly you do there for them?
So it's a structured program where we have from 9 in the morning till 6:30 in the evening. We do that. We do retreats also of it 3 days, where a lot of emotional baggage comes out. So it's a structured program done by Louis Hay. I've done my training to be a teacher in that. From how to remove your attachments, to release what you are using your pattern, or coming out of your comfort zone, or living in a box and not even realizing what you're doing with your life. Because first, the realization is there, because that's why you chose to be in that workshop. But sometimes people do gift you, okay, do this workshop, I'm sponsoring for you. So people who are definitely not able to release the past and they're not even living in their present, the workshop is for them. But at any point, even if I'm doing great in my life, I can still do that workshop and I will gain something great out of it.
Amazing.
It's like a landmark, you go, and if you did a landmark 3 years back, doesn't mean you going back again is not going to give you anything. What you were supposed to get 3 years back, now you will get
You can
something
get it.
else. So
True.
Heal Your Life workshop is all like that. You will definitely gain something out of it.
One very interesting thing I heard about you, I don't know if I'm correct or not. You were a tarot reader as well.
Yes, I was a tarot reader. I'm still a tarot reader, but I do not do it professionally
Okay.
anymore. But my journey started as a tarot reader good 13, 14 years back. And it was more of a self-development tarot. And in my alternative therapies, it was one of the practice that I used to do. And I have seen a lot of changes and transformation through those cards. So I have written a book on that also, which is Tarot, a Healing Tool in Modern Times. The book is not teaching you what tarot is. It's teaching you there are 21 arcana cards, major arcana cards. So we have worked on those cards and how those cards are teaching you every day. Because whosoever knows tarot knows those 21 cards are actually why we are here. There's a purpose of life and each one has a card. So like I am born as a Hierophant. So what you have to do is you have to club your whatever your birth date is and you come to know to that single digit and you come to know what is your card. So whatever you are carrying in that, like when I saw myself as a Hierophant so many years back, I thought I'm not a teacher, I'm not a coach, I don't believe in all this, I'm a creative person. And down the years, now you see what I'm doing. So I'm a Hierophant. Hierophant is like a pope in that cards, someone who is helping people understand, giving them a path, making them see things.
So how exactly tarot actually works?
So tarot works very much on the subconscious mind again. Again, it's a very intuitive tool. You have to be very cautious of people who are actually reading for you. So they have to be very much inclined with the tool. I always say, don't just go to a random person, read about them, understand where they're coming from. A lot of people sit on these stalls and they are, trying to randomly go and say to a tarot reader, please see it for me. How do you know what kind of a mind frame that person is? So much of energy is going out. So try not doing that. But if you really, really believe into it and you want to have a nice session, read about the tarot reader. What are they doing? How are they? What are the reviews? What are they doing? I mean, because like I said, for me, tarot was a self-development tool. I'm not going into predictions with that. okay, today I'm seeing there's a stuck energy. Is it related to my communication? So how can I work on my communication? So in the book, there's a set of 21 workshops which a person can do at home. In that, we are asking you certain questions. We're asking you to do some journaling. And then we have the postulating Bij mantras attached to it. So I never knew at that time, whatever I was doing there, I will end up making my own program in using art, expressive art, and clinical hypnotherapy combination. So subconscious level, maybe I was there, but I never realized it. So if you see that book, it was written long time back. It's a coffee table book, and it's come into the Golden Book of Records also. We got that record from there.
That's amazing.
Yes.
So is the book already published?
It's published. It's on Amazon, and it has its own cards. And so, like I said, people who like that subject will only pick up that. And now recently we came up with the Hindi book also. That also I did it. It took me some years to really, really come up with the Hindi version of it. But the point here is, the book is not teaching you tarot. The book is teaching you to tap within the inner compass and see what is it that you are lacking and how you can improve it.
So do you use your tarot knowledge in your clinical hypnotherapy as well?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Okay.
But I do use it for my own inner compass, and it does play an important role in my life, but I'm not using it for my clients.
Okay. So what are the things which you do other than, clinical hypnotherapy or tarot or writing a book? What other things which you are inclined towards?
So are you asking me as a hobby?
Yeah.
Or yeah. So as a hobby, I do love art. I'm an artist. My house is full of art, which is done by me.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yes. So my husband sometimes makes fun of me. We are living in a museum. So I said, yeah, you can give royalty for that.
Oh. So there are a lot of paintings over there in your house.
Yes.
Right?
Even the office has a lot of paintings there.
So
yes.
Each painting has been done by you only?
Done by me, yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes, most of it is done by me. Though I love collecting art from other artists also, the original work. And I am learning classical music.
So sometime we can witness you singing on a stage somewhere?
Yes. I have done a little bit of it.
Oh,
yes.
That's amazing. So
it must be there some on YouTube or something. Yes, I've done that. And I'm also learning ukulele. That's something that keeps me on my toes, because it's like focusing your energy, because that's something I've never done. So I was never a fan of guitars, but I always liked small ukuleles and all. So yeah, I'm trying to practice that.
That's superb. So a whole bunch of different things inside you.
Yes. And then definitely for my own focus, I do exercise 3 days a week, and then I have a teacher where I practice Tai Chi with him.
So what is that?
So Tai Chi is again a moving yoga, which is a Chinese form of yoga, you can say. And it is a very slow motion yoga. So, it focuses you on a level where you're breathing and you're breathing and you're breathing out. So we practice in the middle of a park where we have a lot of people looking at us, that what are they doing? Because my teacher looks like a Chinese monk. So, but that 1 hour that I do, I can tell you that I forget everything in life. Nothing exists for me for that 1 hour, because you're so much listening to yourself and the energy that it doesn't matter who's looking at you or you're doing it wrong. You're just with your breathing, and you're just feeling, okay, how is my hand going up? How is it going down? My feet has to go back. It just automatically puts you on that whole thing. So I think I'm doing 2, 3, 4 things. Yes. I keep doing that because, I believe I need to push myself. I have to, whenever there's a comfort, and like you mentioned, the movie, the best thing about that movie was, he said, whenever there's a pattern, identify it, then break that pattern. So I think I'm really putting myself on that thought. Whenever I see myself in a pattern, I try to break that, and I see, okay, how can I learn more? How can I upskill more? And I think that keeps me very much updated in my life.
So, one message which you would like to give to the current generations about clinical hypnotherapy?
First, ask for help. If you think you need to require help, don't shy away from that. You know, if you see yourself inclining more into social media, or you see yourself in some addictions, so don't shy yourself from asking help, because clinical hypnotherapy is going to wake your excellence. And before you even go to a clinical hypnotherapist, I would say stand for who you are, you know, believe in yourself. Because coming to a clinical hypnotherapist, like, I'm someone who works as a therapist, and then we work as a coach, and then we try to see where we can help you. So it's like you coming to me with a closed door, and we try to open a window for you. So my only advice would be that um, just see what is it that you like to do, and if you think that is stopping you, or anything is stopping you to reach the excellence that you can reach, then ask for help.
Absolutely.
So if you think you require a help of a therapist, go and find your values, go and see what is the hindering. If you're carrying any baggage, see how you can release it through a workshop, or through a therapy, or through a counseling. And then see if my habits are my patterns and I'm in a comfort zone. Then come to a clinical hypnotherapist and then break it down. Because, you know, there is no point in doing something that you're not enjoying in life. And if you see there's a pattern and you are in a comfort zone, so come for de-addictions, come for things, you know, people are there available now. And there is an acceptance.
True. So do you think that self-hypnosis is possible? Like, let's suppose if somebody is feeling something and they don't want to open up in front of somebody else, and they want to do self-hypnosis kind of thing, is it possible at home?
So I will say, for someone not opening up, that is not the cure for that. But self-hypnosis to open up your excellence, to use your affirmations, we can definitely do that. When you are not opening up, I would still advise you to go to a therapist who can help you out. बट आप ऐसा कर सकते हैं कि अगर आपको कुछ फोकस करना है लाइफ में, और आपको लग रहा है कि मेरे को ये कोई एफर्मेशन मुझे जैसे चाहिए, तो आप प्रेजेंट टेंस में उसके ऊपर काम कर सकते हैं. तो सबसे बढ़िया तरीका होता है, पहले तो आप ऐसी जगह पे बैठ जाएं जहाँ पे कोई आए नहीं. फ़ोन्स को अपने ऑफ कर दीजिए. एंड मे बी अगर आपको बाहर अपने लिखना है कि डोंट कम इन टू द रूम, आप अंदर मत आए 15 मिनट्स 20 मिनट्स के लिए, सो दैट यू मेक श्योर कि कोई आपको आके तंग ना करे,
डिस्टर्ब ना
करे. ओके, देन आप मेंटली सोचिए कि मुझे लाइफ में क्या चाहिए. लेट्स से आई सी माई सेल्फ, मुझे पब्लिक स्पीकिंग करनी है, लेकिन मुझे डर लग रहा है क्योंकि मेरा जो अंदर का जो माइंड है वो बोल रहा है नहीं नहीं, तुम पब्लिक स्पीकिंग कैसे करोगे, तुम्हें तो आता ही नहीं है, तुम भूल जाओगे, तुम्हारे साथ ये हो जाएगा, तुम्हारे साथ वो हो जाएगा. नाउ राइट अ प्रेजेंट टेंस में कि आपको क्या चाहिए. तो आई एम, हिंदी में लिखिए, इंग्लिश में लिखिए, सिंपल वर्ड्स में लिखिए जो आपको चाहिए प्रेजेंट टेंस में. जैसे मैं एक अच्छा पब्लिक स्पीकर हूँ, ये एक स्पष्ट हिंदी में लिखा हुआ एक आपने जब आई एम अ ग्रेट पब्लिक स्पीकर, करेक्ट. तो माइंड को बड़ा सिंपल चीजें समझ में आती है, और प्रेजेंट टेंस में लिखेंगे. सो नाउ हाउ डू आई गो इनटू सेल्फ हिप्नोसिस? देयर आर टू वेज. वन इज देयर आर लॉट ऑफ गाइडेड मेडिटेशंस ऑन द स्पॉटिफाई और एनीथिंग. इवन डॉक्टर शिवानी खेतान मुदिता का एक बहुत अच्छा हमारा चैनल है जो आप देख सकते हैं, उसमें हमने बहुत सारे सेल्फ हिप्नोसिस के डाल रखे हैं. लेट्स से वो भी नहीं यूज करना है, मुझे रूम में बैठना है. इफ यू वांट यू कैन पुट अ वेरी लिटिल म्यूजिक विच इज लाइक calming music you can put. Then आंखें आपने ऊपर करके अपनी छत की तरफ देखनी है, जैसे कि थोड़ा सा स्ट्रेन डालना है. एंड द मोमेंट यू डू दैट, यू कैन इवन थिंक 50 तक, 50 से रिवर्स ऑर्डर में आप सोच सकते हैं. एंड यू विल सी देयर इज अ हैवीनेस इन योर आईज. द मोमेंट यू सी हैवीनेस इन योर आईज, यू कैन lie down or you can sit also. Both ways you can do. लेकिन sit ऐसे करिएगा कि को नील कर रहे हैं आप, ये नहीं हो कि आप कल को चेयर से गिर जाए. So you have to be very sure of that. So in easy words, छत पे देखिए, 50 से रिवर्स ऑर्डर में देखिए, सुनिए, और फिर आपने जो भी सोचा था मैं एक बहुत अच्छा पब्लिक स्पीकर हूँ, आप अपने आप को अंदर ही अंदर उसको बोलते रहे 100 टाइम्स, 150 टाइम्स, जितनी भी टाइम आप करो।
सेल्फ
और थोड़ी देर
अफर्मेशंस।
बाद, हाँ, थोड़ी देर बाद आप देखेंगे कि आप नींद में चले गए हैं, और उसके बाद 15-20 मिनट बाद आप उठ भी जाएंगे, डिपेंडिंग। कभी कभी 2 मिनट का भी होता है, कभी 10 मिनट का होता है, 15 मिनट का होता है। एंड वेन यू विल गेट अप, उस एफर्मेशन को आप यूज रखिए, अपने मिरर के सामने रख दीजिए, रोज 50 टाइम्स बोलिए, 40 टाइम्स बोलिए। जो पब्लिक स्पीकिंग आपको करते हुए अच्छे लगते हैं उनके वीडियोस देखिए। यू विल सी दैट सडनली वो जो आपका चैटर माइंड था, जो मंकी चैटर होता है कि तुम तो अच्छा नहीं कर पाओगे, या भूल जाएंगे आप, या आपको डर लगेगा, आप स्टेज फियर हो जाएगा, यू विल सडनली सी देयर इज अ चेंज इन योर थॉट। बिकॉज थॉट्स हम जैसे देंगे वैसे बॉडी फील करती है। न्यूरोलॉजिकली ऑल्सो इट इज प्रूवन कि हम जैसे थॉट्स करते हैं, जैसे कि मेरे सिर में दर्द हो रहा है, आई एम नॉट फीलिंग वेल, द बॉडी विल स्टार्ट टू डू दैट।
What will start feeling that they are not.
Let me get down. Oh, I'm not feeling good. And the moment you're like, oh, no, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling positive. The moment you shift your energy, your body starts to be in a different way. So, this is one way you can do self hypnosis wherever you are, and you can shift the energy from there. तो वो जो नेगेटिव चैटर है, आपने उसको चीयर लीडर बना दिया। नो, यू आर अ ग्रेट public speaker, you people will love you, your voice will be, बहुत अच्छा लगेगा, लोग आपको सुनेंगे, लोग आपको सुनना चाहेंगे। तो आपने ऑलरेडी उसको एक चीयर लीडर बना दिया, जबकि वो नेगेटिव मॉन्की ब्रेन आपको नेगेटिव थॉट्स दे रहा था।
True.
राइट, सो द इनर क्रिटिक को हम डाउन कर सकते हैं।
This sort of things are written in the book The Secret also, that whatever that you think
Yes,
will start attracting towards you.
right.
Right.
So even like we work with people in psycho-oncology, we are also working with the cancer patients, the survivors, right from when they are, coming into, when they understand, okay, I have a situation in my life. So we work with them how to create a routine. तो हम वहाँ भी ऐसे ही काम करते हैं कि where you're working on the affirmations. I'm healthy. I'm strong. Coming to a small story, मेरी मदर को पिछले साल ब्रेन स्ट्रोक हुआ। तो वो जब आईसीयू में थे तो मैं उनको बोलती थी आप बोलिए आई एम हेल्दी। तो एक दिन बड़े गुस्सा हो गए मुझसे, कहाँ से बोलूँ हेल्दी शिवानी, इतना पेन हो रहा है, दिमाग में इतनी दर्द हो रही है। और उनके सामने आसपास 3-4 लोग थे जो ऑलरेडी बहुत पेन में थे। सो वो नर्स बड़ी इंट्रीग्ड रहती थी कि ये जब भी आती है इसको बोलती है आई एम हेल्दी। और उनको इतनी इंग्लिश तो नहीं आती, बट उनको हेल्दी समझ में आता है। आई एम हेल्दी इतना वो बोल सकती हैं, आई एम स्ट्रॉन्ग बोल सकते हैं। टू कट स्टोरी शॉर्ट, एक दिन मैंने उनको बोला मम्मी जितनी जोर से पेन हो, अगर आप मुझसे प्यार करते हैं तो आप उतनी जोर से बोलिएगा आई एम हेल्दी। खैर 3-4 दिन बाद वो कन्विंस हो गई। शी वॉज देयर फॉर 17 days एंड 5th-6th day में वो बोलने लग गई एंड वी सॉ अ बिग चेंज इन हर एंड सडनली वी वी कुड सी दैट प्लेटलेट्स ठीक हैं, उनके ब्लड प्रेशर डाउन आ रहा है, चीज़ें ठीक हो रही हैं। बट दर्द बहुत थी उनको, लेकिन वो क्योंकि उनका एक मेरे ऊपर बहुत विश्वास है, तो मैं जो बोलती हूँ वो करने की कोशिश करते हैं। लिटरली शी इज समवन हु जो जज ही नहीं करते मुझको। एंड एक टाइम पे वॉक नहीं कर पा रहे थे, लोग उठाया करते थे उनको, मैं धीरे धीरे उनके साथ चलना शुरू किया कि आप करो, मैं स्ट्रांग हूँ, मैं चल सकती हूँ। टुडे शी इज वॉकिंग।
This is all because of the
There
faith.
is no even help she requires in the sense, एक टाइम तक कोई पकड़ता था। हाँ, अभी थोड़ा तेज चलना होता तो शी टेल्स मी शिवानी तेज पर चलना है, थोड़ा सा हम दौड़ेंगे तो तुम मेरा हाथ पकड़ ले, एंड वी डू दैट। बट हर माइंड इज कंटिन्यूसली सेइंग आई एम हेल्दी, आई एम स्ट्रॉन्ग, आई लव माई सेल्फ।
This is very important.
ये 3 चीजें वो सारा दिन उनका मंत्रा बन गया आज। और मैंने देखा है कि इन तीनों चीज़ों ने उनकी लाइफ को चेंज कर दिया। समवन जो बेड पे रह सकते थे, जो वापस आ रही हैं, खा पा रही हैं, खुद चल पा रही हैं, थैंक्स टू गॉड। शी हैज़ अ हेल्प, यस डेफिनेटली, बट शी ट्राइज कि मैं खुद नहाऊं, खुद उठूं, खुद बैठूं, खुद कपड़े, रेड लिपस्टिक लगाती हैं, तैयार होती हैं, चल के आती हैं यहाँ पे पार्क में, लोग उनसे बात करने के लिए आते हैं।
Wow. So that's
वो कहते हैं
amazing.
इतना सुंदर से आप तैयार होके आते हैं, यू गिव अस इंस्पिरेशन।
Absolutely.
So what changed? The shifting of the mind
Mindset.
changed. कि नहीं मैं ठीक हूँ, जितने भी दिन जिंदा हूँ मैं ठीक हूँ। Took a lot of time and energy उनको कन्विंस करने में, लेकिन the moment she realized कि, क्योंकि मैंने एक दिन उनको बोला आपको लाइफ कैसे जीनी है, लेटे हुए, या चलते हो? उन्होंने कहा शिवानी मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता है जब मुझे बाथरूम किसी को बोलना पड़ता है। तो मैंने कहा फिर आप काम करिए अपने ऊपर, दवाई तो चल रही है, आप अपने ऊपर काम करिए। सो दैट विल पावर ने बहुत हेल्प किया उनको। और ये हमें अपने ये जो हम मुदिता में जो हम काम करते हैं, मुदिता स्टैंड्स फॉर सीनियर्स, कहाँ से आती है ये इंस्पिरेशन मुदिता के लिए कहाँ से आई?
फ्रॉम योर मॉम।
फ्रॉम माई मॉम। क्योंकि मैंने उनको एक स्टेज ऑफ लाइफ में लोनली देखा, एक स्टेज ऑफ लाइफ में उनको मैंने आइसोलेटेड देखा। फॉर 4 years शी इज विद मी नाउ। सो वी सॉ अ लॉट ऑफ चेंज इन हर। तो मुदिता जो है वो शुरू किया गया था बिकॉज इट्स अ संस्कृत वर्ड एंड इट स्टैंड्स फॉर आई एम हैप्पी इन योर जॉय। इसका कोई अंग्रेजी में वर्ड नहीं है, इसका कोई हिंदी में वर्ड नहीं है।
It's just have a meaning.
Mudita only stays, I am happy in your joy and your well-being. And this is what something my mother inculcated in me कि मतलब कोई खुश है तो हम भी खुश हैं, हम उनकी खुशी में खुश रहें। तो ये मैंने उनसे जिंदगी भर यही देखा। और मैं कभी कभी गुस्सा भी हो जाती थी कि अपनी खुशी भूल जाते हो, दूसरों की देखते रहते हो। तो शी सेड नहीं नहीं, वो खुश, तेरे फादर खुश, तू खुश, मैं खुश।
Absolutely.
शी नेवर सेड आई वांट दिस, आई वांट दैट। एंड कभी कभी मुझे लगता है कि पता नहीं ऐसे भी लोग होते हैं, बट शी इज हैप्पी। सो मुदिता वर्ड कम्स फ्रॉम देयर एंड वी आर इन दिस मुदिता वी आर ट्राइंग कि हम ये जो हील योर लाइफ वर्कशॉप्स करते हैं ये हम सीनियर्स के लिए करते हैं। अभी हमने हाल फिलहाल में एक क्लब के लिए किया था जहाँ पे कि 50 वुमेन वर देयर एंड हील योर लाइफ की हमने 2 घंटे की वर्कशॉप करी। आई कांट टेल यू हाउ मेनी ब्लेसिंग्स वी गॉट। पीपल सेड वी जस्ट फॉरगॉट एवरीथिंग, वी वर लाइक अ चाइल्ड, वी वर मेडिटेटिंग, वी वर इंजॉइंग। हमने लोगों को बोला कि आप फ्रेंड्स के साथ ना बैठिए, अलग अलग लोगों के साथ भी बैठिए। एक दूसरे से हमने उसमें एक चीज़ होती है कि आपको बताना पड़ता है कि आप कैसे फील कर रहे हैं। दे फाउंड न्यू पीपल, दे न्यू फॉर सो मेनी ईयर्स, लेकिन कभी बात ही नहीं करते थे। अपने लोगों से बात करा, निकल के आ गए। लेकिन जब हमने सेशन करा तो मैंने जान के शफल करा। सो पीपल वर लाइक वेरी अमेज्ड कि हाउ अ सिंपल 2 hours could just cheer them up. तो I enjoy working with 70+. That is my niche. मुझे बहुत मज़ा आता है उस एज ग्रुप के साथ काम करने में, क्योंकि इतना कुछ सीखने को मिलता है, इतना लव मिलता है आपको कि you can't even
And
imagine.
absolutely at that particular age उन्हें भी कोई चाहिए जो उनकी बातों को सुने।
Right. So the Mudita stands for empathy, compassion, and especially for people who feel they are isolated
That's
in life.
really a wonderful one.
And they have no purpose in life. You know, at one point you feel बच्चे बड़े हो गए, चले गए, अब मेरे को क्या करना है, अच्छा क्या कपड़े पहनने हैं, ठीक है। No, I'm not talking about the educated 70+ class. They have a lot to do. I'm talking about people like me who have a mother who just nurtured her child. और उनके लिए वही एक बहुत बड़ा काम था।
True.
और
सब कुछ उन्होंने अपना उन चीज़ों को ही दिया,
आज वो
parenting
क्या
को दिया।
करे? उनको बाहर नहीं जाना आता, सब कुछ फैसिलिटी होने के बावजूद भी उनको मन नहीं करता, तो क्या करें? सो ये सोसाइटी के लोग बहुत हैं। अगर आप मेट्रोपॉलिटन में भी चले जाएंगे तो आपको बहुत लोग
You'll find a
मिलेंगे
lot of people.
जिनके बच्चे यूएस चले गए हैं, जिनके बच्चे काम बाहर कर रहे हैं, वो अकेले हैं। Like there are a lot of volunteer programs that are happening. टाटा ने किया है, there is a lot of things that are happening. COVID taught us, you know. लेकिन फिर भी बहुत काम करने की ज़रूरत है कि हम listen कर सकें इनको. So to me, to sum up, self-hypnosis, mudita, all this boils down to one thing, which is, can I be kind? Can I be, people say I'm spiritual. I'm saying, okay, be spiritual, but can you be kind?
True.
Can you be kind to listen to other person? Can you be there for that person? So listening, empathy, holding a hand, hugging, that's all they want.
True.
So can you find time for that? So if you can find time for yourself, then you will find time for them also.
True.
So my last words are that shift your energy. Whether you're doing a self-hypnosis or you're not doing any hypnosis, just stand in front of the mirror. अपने आप से क्या चाहते हैं आप प्रेजेंट टेंस में उसको बोलिए और फिर उसको बिलीव करिए। कहीं लगे नहीं हो पा रहा है तो जाके हेल्प लीजिए, but correct it.
Ask for help
Ask for
whenever
help.
it is
Yes.
needed.
Don't shy away from asking help. People are there to help you. You don't have to go to a therapist. Don't go to a therapist. Go and talk to someone. Like I said, कोई एक जिंदगी में भी बंदा होता है आपकी जो आपको सुनता है, आपको सपोर्ट करता है, वो भी बहुत आपके लिए लाइफ के लिए मिरेकल हो सकता है. Like my mother, I listen to her every day. She listens to me. She knows about all my clients. कौन आएगा आज? अच्छा अच्छा. Then she will be standing there. सब उनको नमस्ते करते हैं.
That's amazing.
So I have an ambassador who coming. You know, she can't speak Hindi much. She loves her like anything. एक दिन मुझे बोलती है मैं बाथरूम जा रही हूँ. मैंने कहा ठीक है, go come. 3-4 मिनट हो गए, मैंने कहा आई नहीं है, क्या हुआ? So my mother was dancing बाहर अपना कुछ कर रही होंगी. So I see her also dancing.
Oh.
I'm like, this is fine. She's like, oh, you doctor, you also come. So we all three had a blast. So, you know.
That's amazing.
So
That kind of energy at least you need from people also whom you are treating. क्योंकि अगर उनको खुद ही अगर अंदर से ना आए कि मुझे सीखना है या मुझे करना है,
correct.
So they will not do that.
Yeah, so I'm just saying that my mother has been a game changer for Mudita. She's been a game changer for me with the work I'm doing and the love she's given me, and unconditional love. I think without her, it would not have been possible. And last but not least, I think no matter how many people you have met in your life, it's your clients who actually teach you every day. They are the people who are coming to you, and your peer group. The articles you're reading, like if I have a new patient, I try to read a lot about it, how I can help this person more.
True.
So we have different modalities. We are working with buckflower remedies. We are working with a lot of experimental things, movement, music, dance. That plays a very big role in your life. So have music in your life. Have dance in your life. You sing so well. You just told me that.
Yeah.
So it's very important. Whatever you believe in, do that with a lot of passion.
True.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It was amazing talking to you. I'm sure people will like it.
I'm sure, and thank you so much for finding time and coming for such a topic. And I'm sure people will be able to see that there's more to it than what we
Absolutely.
see. So I can only say one thing in the thing, like change your I can to I can. That's how I live. Every day I ask myself, how am I feeling? Go to that mirror and see if you are not liking the image that you see in the mirror, then go and find a help that can help you and change this perception of you.
True. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.